Okay, good afternoon. My name's Thomas Puschnik, and I lead the Solutions Transformation Division at the World Bank Group. Delighted to be here. And I'm going to be talking about our flagship project called FundsChain. Excellent. So before we go any further, just for those that aren't too familiar, the World Bank Group, we're the largest multilateral development bank, and we the global source of knowledge and financing for the world's poorest countries and developing economies that support programs around infrastructure, social development, agriculture, ultimately there to build communities, to create jobs, to drive economic growth, um, all towards our mission of um, freeing the world of poverty on a livable planet. So that's what the World Bank is. Just to give you a sort of some insight into the scale of the support that we provide. So last fiscal year, we dispersed around 80 billion, mostly in the form of loans to our borrower countries. And then that supports hundreds of new projects and then ultimately millions of people. So where does FundsChain come into this? Well, FundsChain is our private permissioned blockchain platform that's been designed to trace the flow of funds. So when we disperse from the World Bank all the way through to the last mile end beneficiary, being able to record this on the chain. Now, why are we doing this and what's the problem we're trying to solve? The bank, we have a mandate to ensure that the funds dispersed are used for the intended purpose. Now, the process for doing that today, as you can probably imagine, with all the countries that we deal with, it's a fairly cumbersome process. So we rely on the countries, on our request to provide evidence, to provide documents, reports. A lot of that is paper-based. A lot of it is sitting in disparate systems. A lot of it varies in quality. And so it can take many, many, many months for that to be collated and shared, and then for the various fiduciary teams to provide the oversight. So with FundsChain, what we do is completely transform that. We can give all stakeholders that are involved in the project, so that's the project implementing units in the government, suppliers, intermediaries, and beneficiaries, the ability to record their transactions on the chain. So that at any point during the life cycle of our project, you're able to then see the status and where the funds are. So this has huge benefits for the bank and our borrower countries. Innovation. So this is completely changing the process, the way in which we support our countries, and the way in which they oversee the movement of funds and how those funds are used. The transparency now for all invested stakeholders. So whether you're the World Bank donors, whether you're the government, you're able to now get complete visibility into the movement of money. The digitization. So this is a huge benefit for the countries that we work with. A lot of the processes that they have are paper-based or very manual, very cumbersome, and they don't have the most modern systems. And so this introduces, at no cost to them, a way to digitize and to really automate a lot of their processes, so they don't no longer have to spend months and months compiling documentation to share sort of the status of where their projects are. The trust is key. So this as a development bank, and as you can probably all appreciate, when it comes to international aid, building trust is so important, and this platform gives us exactly that. And then finally, in terms of the oversight, so there's a huge oversight that goes into the money that's dispersed and the support that we provide to our borrower countries, and this can really help to transform that. So just to give you a sense of where we are, so we launched this platform in a pilot in September 2024. It was only until July last year that we went into full scale-up mode. So this got full backing of our president of the World Bank Group, the senior leadership, and also the board. They endorsed it to get it rolled out to all eligible projects, and so that's exactly what we're doing right now. So it's very, very busy right now working with all our countries, but we've now rolled this out and onboarded FundsChain to, I think, 200, just over 200 now projects, 75 countries, all regions that we support. And as I said previously, this is at no cost to them. One of the big keys to success for us has been in and around sort of how we've supported the rollout and the post implementation, which has been sort of a regional and country-led approach, ensuring that adoption is there and we can really see the value of this platform coming through. And then lastly, just to give you a sense of the road ahead. So this is still in its infancy, it's still early days, but we're on a real sharp trajectory to get to hundreds of projects over the coming years. But in parallel to this, our leadership are wanting us to push harder and to continue to innovate. So we're now developing a strategy to roll this out to all of our clients, whether they're public sector, private sector. And what's coming down the road in the next couple of months, and we're very excited about, is the next evolution of FundsChain, which is what we call 2.0. And this is where we get into programmable, purpose-bound money. So for each of the different projects that we support, they can now plan their budget, plan their spend, set conditions against those payments, and then through FundsChain orchestrate the payments end to end. And this is coming in the next couple of months. And so we'll be looking to expand that. And then lastly, because I know I'm over time, one of the things that we want to make sure that we can move forward on is looking beyond World Bank Group. So this is something that we're going to be collaborating with other MDBs on, IFIs and governments, where FundsChain, once we've proven it for ourselves and proven it for our clients, it's something that maybe they can use for their own projects. With that, I'll stop it. If you want to reach out at all to me, please come direct. But there's also a QR code there to be able to get more information. We've got a website where you can access a video and lots of other resources, but also you can contact the central team that supports this project. With that, thanks.
I prioritize the GBA conferences because it's where real builders show up.
Technology is advancing at a rapid rate.
It's important that we're talking about blockchain right now because it isn't just a financial system, it's so much more.
In my mind, it's going to be the reason why we will remain the dominant superpower in the world.